are such a disappointment. Stick around. I'll be right back. Welcome back again to Little Paul of Horrors. I am Little Paul. This is Little Paul of Horrors. Thank you very much for visiting my channel. Again, I would like to say thank you very much to all of the subscribers to my channel and also to the people who have newly subscribed to my channel. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. And let's keep towards that goal of 200 subscribers. That's what I'm aiming for right now. So thank you very much for visiting and for your eyeballs and for your interest. That means so much to moi. So thank you. So today I would like to talk to you about Alien Romulus. Alien Romulus. Now at the beginning of this video, I was saying that it was a disappointment. And I'll get into that. But before I get into that, let's talk about who directed the movie and who stars in the movie. Shall we? So the director is Fede Alvarez, and then we have Kaylee Spaney as Rain. She's an orphaned miner. From there, like a miner, like in the mines, not a miner, but a miner. Anyway, David Johnson as Andy, and David Johnson plays Andy, who is an android who is reprogrammed by Rain's father to be a surrogate brother to Rain. And then we have Archie Renault as Tyler, Isabelle Merced as Kay, who is the sister of Tyler, Spike Fearn as Bjorn, who is Tyler and Kay's cousin, and from there we have Eileen Wu as Navarro, who is the pilot and Bjorn's girlfriend. So now we just stated who made the movie and who's in the movie. Now what about the movie? Why do I say it's a disappointment? I am a huge fan of Alien and Aliens. I love those two movies. And this movie is Fede Alvarez taking Alien, taking Aliens, putting it into a big pot and swirling it around. And then you get Alien Romulus. So you would probably say to yourself, but that sounds great. You have the best of two, you have amazing two movies coming together to make one great movie. It's not that simple. First, the storyline is very much similar to the first and the second one. Again, it's all mixed together. So the characters, you don't start to feel anything aside from, okay, they're there. They're just characters, very one-dimensional. Not much progression with regards or evolution to regards to the type of characters that they are, to the people that they are. It's just presented to you like straight to your face. Like, here you go. Here are the characters. Okay. And this is what they do. Now, I felt that it could have been more because most of us who are Alien moviegoers, people who love the franchise, people who have enjoyed the movies from the past, have seen them all, like Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, then the Prometheus ones. We've seen them. And they're very much alike. But especially when it comes to Romulus, it just mimics the first and the second one. Like, for crying out loud, you even hear, at the beginning of this video, you hear the same song. Now, okay, it's nostalgic. I get that. And I love that. And, paying homage. But where's the originality? Where is that I can add something new to this franchise aspect to this movie? It isn't. There is none. It's basically the same old stuff that has been rehashed. It just feels like, even though the storyline is good, it's well acted. I'm not saying that it's not a good movie to watch. It's not boring by any means. It's not, unsatisfying to individuals who will probably have not watched or are not big Alien fans. But myself and other individuals who I know who have watched the series and have grown to appreciate the first and the second watch, which obviously let's admit it, those are like the bedrock and the foundation of the franchises. Ridley Scott and then James Cameron. Like, how can you go wrong? For the first and the second one. So this one, I feel it pays homage, which it's great. It's great. It's amazing. Fine, you pay homage. But it would have felt much more of an original installment, by using or referencing aspects from the original movie and from Aliens, the sequel, than for it to be just more or less referencing throughout the whole movie Alien and Aliens. That's what it felt like to me. So, if you're going to make a movie or an installment in a franchise, like at least the other ones were a little bit more original, like the ones with the Prometheus ones. Those were more original, I found. Yes, they had the aliens in there, but there was a different type of storyline. It was more inventive. You got to know the characters. You got to know David. It just was so much more original for me. And and it enhanced my appreciation and like for these new movies, because yes, you have the alien, obviously, that is apparent in these movies, that is there in these movies, which comes from the original movies. I get that. I think I've said movies way too many times during that one sentence, but I'm trying to drive the point across that if you want to make an installment on a very, very, famous and well-known franchise as Alien or Aliens,
use something original, make up or write something original.
So basically, again, spoiler alert for individuals who haven't watched this movie, Rain is an orphan miner, and they want to get off this island along with her surrogate brother, who is Andy, played by, as I mentioned before, David Johnson. And they want to get off the planet because the planet doesn't have any sun and it's always raining. It's not a nice place to live in, okay? So they want to get off, and long story short, not to like really get into the whole specifics of it, them and a bunch of their friends, along with people who are members of family, decide that they're going to steal an old model of a spaceship to get to Romulus. And from there, be able to, which is the space station Romulus, and from there to use the pods that are inside there to get to another planet where they're going to be able to see the sun. They want to be able to see the sun. Like, for me, I felt like, okay, so this whole movie is because you want to see a sunset. Okay, you want to see a sunset. I can understand. Maybe, I think I would probably go mad if I were like seeing just rain and darkness the whole time because there's no sunlight. I get that. Okay, that's fine. But getting there, and then all like how the alien comes to be, the story, there's a good description behind it as to what happened, but it's also a little bit confusing. So let's rewind back to the beginning. Like at the beginning of this movie, right at the beginning, they bring, basically they're searching for the alien from the Nostromo, which is the first movie. And they find it encapsulated inside, or it's inside this huge rock, and they bring it on board onto a spaceship. And that's all that you hear about that one. And then when you get into the story of this one, they talk about how that same alien that they caught at the beginning was the reason why the space station Romulus got infected with aliens, and they, were doing experiments on them, and they had them all inside these, well, I guess they looked like freezer bags. They look like Ziploc freezer bags, and they were like inside these containment units, and then they were, one thing triggers the other, and they were set loose, and they all go crazy, and they start murdering everyone, and blah blah. The whole thing that goes behind Aliens, right? But it just loses that panache of the first. It loses the excitement of the second. It's just referencing it all, from the, the blue lowlights to the James Cameron feel to the Ridley Scott feel to the chest bursting, and then, finally seeing how a alien is created. I kind of laughed because I was like, okay, you never got to see, because we were always under the you never got to see how the alien bursts from the chest and then becomes this huge alien afterwards, right? Throughout the films, you always saw that it was shedding its skin. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Not in this one!
no, it's not in this one. In this one, you see it.
How do I say it?
Okay, I'll just say it. It's coming out, or it's being birthed from a pod that looks like, the female anatomy in the nether Yaya regions, if you understand what I'm saying. And it's quite explicit. So I'm like, oh, okay. So that's the way they're born? First, the storyline of the creation was always a little bit of a mystery, but you always had this concept of your mind of, well, it's growing at an extremely fast pace because that's how it grows. You always saw like the skin, like in Alien and Aliens, you always saw the skin that was left behind because it was growing and growing and growing. But this one was, okay, I'm going to grow, but first I have to be birthed. It comes out of the chest. It sheds its skin. There goes the camera with a thumbs up. Again, it's not a thumbs up. I do apologize about that. And then it goes to getting stuck on a wall. And when it gets born, it looks like it's coming out of the, genitals of the female genitals. I was, okay. Maybe that was the original part that they added to the movie, because everything else was so much alike. Like the shooting scene where she's trying to kill them, and then with the guns are reminiscent of the guns from Aliens. The originality of the android, that has a good storyline to it. That's good. It was original with regards to that. And then they find the old android from the first one, which is played by Ian Holm. And he's not the actual same android from the first one, just like a replica of him or another a duplicate unit of him that was on on Romulus. And, the storyline goes on. Well, they found them and they decided to extract the genes from them. And they tried to make this type of a, formula that would help humans regenerate at a faster level. And it goes on and on. And okay, that's interesting. But it's such a small part of the movie because the whole movie I found was just, again, Alien and Aliens mixed into one. And like they use that same line that Ripley uses in Aliens, the get away from her, you bitch. That's the word that they use. So the android uses that very poorly. I must say. But then he looks kind of at the camera when he says that, and he kind of like with his coy wink, whatever, and that's again another reference and paying homage to the first two. So how did I feel about this movie? I just felt like I was cheated, and it's the disappointment. Like, okay, have a few stuff, or maybe have a few references. I get it, but make it original. There was nothing original about this movie. Well, sorry, there was not much that was original about this movie. It's just basically taking the same storylines of the first two, adding them together and coming up with Romulus. That's why I was so disappointed with it, because it just didn't satisfy me as an Alien fan / Aliens fan, where I was looking forward to watching something that was going to like,
oh, wow, that's something new that they added. Oh, that's great. That's something great. I appreciate that.
No, it was just, okay, I've seen this before. I've seen it before. It was made in 1979 and then in 1986. You know? Okay, what did you do? Did you take the scripts and decide, okay, I'm just going to cut here and cut there and just mold them together with something brand new? Meaning like in a new era now? You go to another space station, again infested with aliens, and again it popping out of the chest, which, don't get me wrong, I love good chest busting scenes with the alien coming out. Don't get me wrong about that. But it's, again, the same formula. I thought it could have gone a different way. Like, again, still use, or reference to the bedrock, which is Alien and Aliens, but this was just the same thing. That's what I got disappointed about. I left, I was like, yeah, did I enjoy the movie? Okay, I enjoyed the movie, yeah, but it was like, it just felt like I just watched a mishmash. That was me. That's how I felt. I don't want to go further into the aspects of the movie because I find that, there was some stuff that I said. Go watch it for yourselves. I'm not going to spoil it anymore for you because, you could just imagine what the ending is about. But, having said what I've said, I don't think you're going to,
not be able to put two and two together and figure out what the ending is all about.
But it's fine. And another thing that really irked me about this movie is that the sound editing was not very good. Because at times you couldn't hear the actors over the background special effects noise or music or sound. And I after the movie went and spoke with one of the people from the Cineplex, and then I spoke with the manager and I asked him, was there a problem with the actual movie, like with the movie being displayed on screen? Because I had an issue. There was an issue a while back with one of my friends, and we went and watched the second Spider-Man Into the Multiverse, and there was a problem within the movie theater with the sound, and it was even reported inside the news. So they checked. They said no. There wasn't a problem. They took the equipment. And I was like, okay, because I just wanted to make sure, like, other people who were going to go and watch it, that they wouldn't probably experience what I experienced and maybe what other people felt. So it has to do with the editing and going online, figuring out that there's a little bit of a problem with the sound editing in that movie. So before releasing a international global mega hit like Alien Romulus, make sure that your sound editing is up to par. That's my addition or my commentary on that. So anyway, did I like the movie? Yes. Was I disappointed? Unfortunately. Was it just a mishmash of the same old stuff that we've seen before from two classic movies because it just felt that the originality was lacking? For my part, yes, that's what I felt. The originality was lacking. The characters were very one-dimensional. Yes, it's scary to a certain degree, but it's like you're expecting it. It's like you're just expecting everything that's happening, and sometimes there's these comments that are made like, okay, like, use your logic. When you watch the movie, you'll understand what I mean. And the scene where, she's being pinned up against the wall. How many times by the alien, how many times have we seen that in these movies? Like, how many times have we seen Ripley pinned up against the wall by the alien? Now we see her Rain being pinned up against the wall by the alien. That alien really has some issues, don't you think? Well, that's what I felt about Alien Romulus. Don't get me wrong. Go out, watch it. I think you'll enjoy it for individuals who are hardcore Alien and Aliens fans like myself. But again, you might be disappointed. I know I was, because it just could have added more and subtracted more and made it something of its own within the franchise. Don't stray away from the idea. Don't stray away from it. But I'm sure you could have, written a script that would have paid homage, as I said before, used as a baseline the original two movies, but then afterwards just something different that we would have gone, oh, that's interesting. That's nice. But, alas, my viewers, they didn't. Anyway, that's my thought. What do you think of what I just said? Again, it's my camera. I'm not sure why it's doing the thumbs up. It's not a thumbs up. So again, what do you think about what I had to say? Please leave comments down below. Tell me what you thought about my review and tell me, do you agree? Do you disagree? And what are your thoughts about Alien Romulus? Do you think I was on par? Or do you think I was, losing my losing my thoughts in something that I thought was there, which was not? Some people might think that too. Everybody has their own viewpoint of movies, but this one, again, not totally impressed. I liked it, yes, but I was disappointed by it at the same time. So like, subscribe, and share this channel with others. Please allow this channel to grow. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to also inform. And again, hopefully when you watch the movie, you'll understand what I have to say. And beware of things that look like spiders and try to attach themselves to your face. Just take my advice. Now, with that being said, enjoy the show.